Yeah,
good rolling stance.
The basic, you know, the basic 3 triangles are all here, so.
Because we want to come up, not too high though, but we want to come up and then have it come down as far as
Are we gonna base the tank off?
It'll probably be more of that triangle, but
are we gonna base the tank off of something that is pre-existing, or is it gonna be completely one-off?
We're gonna base it off a template.
Smart ass. I'm talking about, are we gonna steal the tunnel out of anything or no?
No. We're gonna cut these off here. We're gonna stand on top of it with a long piece of sheet metal and roll around our.
Start there. I've been doing this stuff since I was 2 years old. Started out working on lawnmower engines. My granddad threw me out back one day when I was 2 with a lawn edger, much to my mother's chagrin, and I proceeded to tear it completely apart and spill oil and all kinds of lovely fluids all over my grandfather's backyard and basically make a big old mess. But by the end of the day, I'd put it back together and it actually ran. And to this day, I actually use that lawn edger at my house. It still runs, although she's getting a little tired. It's about time for another overhaul. And then from there, started working on one-lunger antique farm engines and graduated to cars. Got my first car when I was 8. It was a 1930 Model A Ford. Completely restored it over the next 8 years. Had a lot of help along the way. That's sort of how I learned how to do a lot of this stuff. How wide are we talking with this tank?
It doesn't need to be real wide.
It doesn't want.
No, by the time you bring the tank out, you know, we'll stay within this boundary here. You know, because once we come back, and it probably will still taper back, and then like I say, when we run our pipes, you know, they're going to free flow out into it.
What did he decide to do with the barrels and everything? What's polished, what's chrome, what's black?
It's going to be, I'm going to split the cases. It's going to be polished. He's going to polish the cases and the heads.
Polished cases?
No, I take that back. Polished cases, polished rocker boxes. Everything else is black in between.
Black heads and barrel.
Oh man, I've known Matt 10 years or more. Met him, we were both working on our first custom bikes through a different shop, and met him there. That shop eventually closed and we got our bikes together, and Matt had the idea to open up Road Rage, and there it went. Snowballed from there.
What kind of brakes and stuff? Sproder or just a straight disc?
It's got the disc with probably a 1-inch belt.
1-inch belt drive?
Yeah, because I'm tight back here, but he wants this size tire.
Can't lock him into a chain?
We're going to get a 1-inch belt through there?
Yeah. I really would like to run a chain, but...
You think you're going to get a 1-inch belt through there?
Absolutely.
That's going to be close.
There it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, once you drag it over, that's still going to be pretty tight.
Sure it will be.
My favorite part about working here is just getting to sort of indulge myself in building weird and random machines and custom stuff that nobody's ever seen before. You know, any excuse to play with engines, burn some metal, that's all it takes for me. You gonna have a kick option on it, or does he not want it?
No, I think he's to the point now where he just wants to push a button to go.
And there's certainly something to be said for that.
Anyway, that's our plan of attack.
We had a very definite feel that we wanted people to have when they came into the shop. We personally were tired of going into shops or dealerships and being treated bad, being treated like idiots. And when the guy behind the counter knows less about the parts you're getting than you do, and he's condescending about it, it gets old.
Give yourself an idea, you cut out a paper template and kind of lay it up to get the version of the bike here. This one was off more of a Pro Street, so it doesn't fit at all. It gives you a general idea of what you're playing with. I mean, if we were to take this, pretty much got good line back here, and then we'd have to soften the nose here.
Yeah, it's 2 points.
And pull it around to where it's more uniform with the frame. Also in that, this thing sat low right on top of the motor, and we're wanting to bring this up. So we're still going to have to pull it through, probably drag the front end down more.
Right.
And then roll the top so that we got plenty of clearance there. And then however we want to pull it out, you know, give it more of a definition. probably only going to be a couple gallon tank. It looks bigger than.
Well, yeah, 2.5, 3, you think?
You get 2.5 out of it, I think. I mean, it's taking that there though, and even though we made that tank, it's probably, I don't know, 2.5 on that one.
Yeah.
And it looks bigger, but we got more tunnel and everything else. And even if we
Well,
wanted to take the bottom of it and drag it down and actually do the oil
Yeah.
in the bottom of
The
it,
oil
that
in
would
the bottom of
eliminate
it.
the oil tank there.
Well, and again, with doing the whole template thing, you know, that's just the basic side profile, and then you start kind of adding the third
Yeah.
dimension to it once you get that
So
basic
we got
shape.
scissors and tip for Caesars. Caesars. They're all my favorite. It's hard to get rid of them. You know, unless you're specifically doing it for somebody. But you know, you also create that network and that family, so that you always see your stuff, and that's a good part of it too. So it's kind of like you take and hand form and put this stuff together, but you know, you can still have visiting rights.